This is a middleweight bout. It is scheduled for 6 rounds between Galvin Prejean of Lafayette, Louisiana, with a record of 14-5, against 5-0 Frank Tate, the man you saw win Olympic gold last summer in Los Angeles at 156 pounds. And Termite, that's a weight he'll never see again. He is growing.
He is growing. As you can tell, he's getting more solid. He's maturing. I tell you, I've been watching this kid in the gym. His body is just toning up all over now. He will never see that weight again. I tell you, I've been really impressed with him in the gym. He's worked very hard. He does a lot of real strenuous exercises. I think we're going to see a good picture of a boxer tonight.
Well, Frank Tate stands 5'11", 1 inch taller than his opponent, Prejean. But Randy's reach, I took their jabbing arms. Prejean 29.5, and Frank Tate 29. So Prejean has a 1/2 inch Randy's reach advantage. Let's see if he can use it.
Well, he's going to have to use it. Right now he's playing the waiting game, and as I've noticed already, he's switching from right to left-hander. The left-hander part can give Frank Tate some trouble, or it may not. And the reason I say this is that Frank Tate has been training for a left-hander. It can give him trouble to switching back and forth. Frank has got to watch for that sneaky left hand that so many times the fighter that sits back and waits will try to sneak in on you. I do think we'll see Frank Tate throwing a beautiful right hand tonight. As we said in his last fight, he's really starting to keep that chin tucked behind his left shoulder, and he's throwing his right by twisting the whole body into it. His right has been looking beautiful in the gym.
He has awesome power with the right hand. When we saw Frank Tate last month, he fought the solid-chinned Oklahoman named Ronnie Warrior, and it was in the second round, one right hand leveled Warrior, who later told me, "I never saw the punch coming."
But I tell you, it's the punch that you do not see that you end up getting knocked out with.
Well, that time Prejean just was able to get it. He saw a little bit of the right hand. He was able to twist away from it. And you're so right. When you don't see the punch, it doesn't even have to land clean. You're going to be out.
But I tell you, Prejean has got to wait. You know, this waiting game can also get you caught. It can get you caught because the other fighter's got plenty of time to simply sit back and tee off. At the same time, Frank Tate has got to watch out because he's not expecting the punches to come at him, and all of a sudden they come out of nowhere. Now, Prejean is starting to give it a lot of lateral movement. He's moving from side to side, which is good. We just see him switch back with the right hand there.
And it's amazing that he switched because he's not really a switch hitter. He is a southpaw, a natural left-hander.
This might be something they're trying to maybe experiment with and try to maybe mess Frank's mind up with being in the ring, because Frank is a young pro.
I don't know how you're going to mess the mind up of an Olympic champion who has been in there with so many of the world's outstanding amateurs.
Well, that is very, very true.
And we return to the corners after round number 1. We walk into the corner of the Olympic champ, the former Olympic champ, Frank Tate.
I tell you, I'm so impressed with Frank Tate with his training habits. He's clean living. He works hard every day in the gym. He's got a lot of desire.
Set up that right hand. You're nailing with it.
One of the real nice kids. Everybody that I speak to in New York, when they hear I'm coming down to Texas, they say, "Hey, tell Frank I say hello." And over into the other corner,
Prejean, he's got to start throwing a little bit more punches. This waiting game is going to get him caught, especially with the sneaky right hand of a Frank Tate. He's got to bring us a little bit more action, throw a little bit more punches.
Stand back up in here. You come back with the straight left. Body fake to the right.
well, he told me before the fight that he was going to jump all over Tate. We'll see if he does it in round number 2. And this is round number 2. These are middleweights. Frank Tate, the Olympic champion in the red trunks. Galvin Prejean in the black trunks with the red stripe. Prejean out of Lafayette, Louisiana. Frank Tate trains right here in Houston, Texas.
You know, I'm going to tell you, Prejean has not thrown that many punches. I can tell you right now he's going to be a very hard puncher. You can always tell a puncher by his shoulders. You can look at the little roundness of his shoulders. He's probably got a little sneaky type punch, which Frank Tate has got to watch out. I will say this for Frank, he's been working on developing power. If you'll notice, he's got his chin tucked deep down. He's got his shoulder turned in, and Frank has got to keep that chin down. Frank had a bad habit of getting his chin up when he first come here, and he's been doing very, very well at keeping it down.
was in the finals of the Olympic Games last summer in Los Angeles that Frank Tate turned in one of the most brilliant performances I've ever seen when he took on the Canadian, Sean O'Sullivan, who's now undefeated in 3 fights. He's a welterweight, though, out of Toronto, Canada.
Yeah, I think Prejean is a little bit fearful right now of Frank Tate, and he has a right to be. At the same time, he's just going to have, as I said, that the strong punches, it can come out of nowhere. As we talked earlier about fighters keeping the chin up, Prejean's chin is straight up in the air.
Well, he got caught with a good left hand, did Prejean, but it didn't affect him at all. But he is showing that fear that you'd mentioned a little bit earlier, and he's not really going after Tate with a vengeance.
No, at the same time, Frank's going to have to be very, very careful on this because this kind of guy can surprise you. You get a scared dog in a corner, he can always come back and hurt you. Same way with a fighter like this. He can always come back with that punch that you're not expecting. And this kid is very strong. I can tell you by look, as we just seen right there, with that straight left that Frank Tate just got hit with. But
now, what in the world was that?
Look at that double right hand that Frank Tate hit. Frank hit him with actually 3 right hands.
Now, what was the reaction by Frank Tate? He was waving over to his corner. What happened there?
I think Frank thought he was fixing to go on down. He should always wait until the fighter goes down. Frank caught him with a beautiful 2 or 3 right hand punches again. Prejean is hurt very, very bad right now. He's wobbling on his feet. I predict it's just a matter of time.
Well, there's not much time left here in the second round, but Tate is letting go with both barrels. About 15 seconds to go in the round.
Prejean's chin is straight up. He's taking one right hand after another. That's the tool that we said is effective against left-handers, and Frank Tate is hitting it very, very effective with it.
And he'll survive the round.
As you can see him walking back to his corner, he is still very, very hurt. They need to put some cold water on his head, on the back of his neck, on his chest, and really refresh him up.
Well, they are working on him. The man in front of him is his manager, Earl Randolph. And there you saw a shot, a good straight left hand from Prejean.
Well, I tell you, look at his chin coming up. Now, as you'll see, wait just a second. Now, Frank had his chin up there. Now, we're fixing to see Frank Tate hit the straight right hand, I believe it's right here. 1, that's the one that hurt him. Watch him walk. There's the movement you was talking about.
I think that's what happened. He thought that his opponent was going to go down, but he looked angry, actually, and it was a very strange move.
But I tell you, Frank being a young pro, a lot of times you might think that guy's going to go down, and in this case, he did not.
This is round 3. Scheduled for 6.
And round number 3 of a scheduled middleweight bout between Galvin Prejean of Lafayette, Louisiana, 14-5, and former Olympic junior middleweight champion Frank Tate, who's now 5-0 as a professional.
I tell you, Prejean's chin is still straight up in the air. You still see that he's hurt just by looking in his eyes. Prejean's best thing is to get some head movement, which at this point in time he's not doing. Frank Tate, I think, will probably continue to throw that right hand. He's very effective with it. He's got a sneaky right hand, very quick and very powerful. As you see it right there, the little short right hand. Now, Frank had that chin down then behind that shoulder, and that's what kept him from getting hit with that little wild hook. Now, I'd like to make a note of this. This is also one of the most dangerous times that Frank Tate can have. You get a man hurt, you get him cornered. You can come out of there with any kind of a wild punch and hurt you. Frank needs to use a lot of caution. He needs to be calm on taking this guy out. Not take any kind of chances. Again, Prejean's head is still straight up in the air, and he just got caught with another straight right hand.
Prejean promised me before the fight that he's going to take it right to Frank Tate, but in the first round he got nailed with a shot, and he is just showing tremendous respect for Mr. Tate.
I tell you, Josephine has the ranch out in the country, and
Josephine Abercrombie, the promoter of these fights.
Yes, excuse me, it's Josephine Abercrombie, and she does have this ranch out here, and Frank does train there part-time and part-time here in Houston. training facility is just magnificent at both places. I tell you, it is just the one out in the country.
A rather small ranch.
There's that right hand we said of Frank Tate again. Chin up in the air of Prejean.
A fighter's paradise, I understand the place is a mere 7,000 acres.
That's all. They have plenty of places to run. They have a cook that cooks their meals. They have a $300,000 gym, I believe is what it is, and it is the gym that fighters just dream of.
Make you think of making a comeback.
No, it won't. No, I'm having too much fun commentating these fights and training fighters.
30 seconds to go here.
I see something. Frank needs to go ahead and keep those hands up, even though he's got the guy hurt. Don't get careless until you've got him out and down on the canvas, because you can also get hit a lot of times.
Ooh, Tate just missed a whistling right hand.
You see a cut above Prejean's right eye. Doesn't look very deep at this point, and it isn't bleeding in the eye at this point. Frank would be a little bit more effective if he would go ahead and keep those hands up by his shoulders again.
Well, as round number 4 is getting ready to come up, I'd say Galvin Prejean is in a lot of trouble. And here's some action from round number 3.
Now, when Prejean throws a punch, he comes up with his chin all the time. You'll notice Frank Tate is most of the time keeping his chin down. Frank every once in a while lifts it up, but that's because he's green. Now, watch here when he gets hit with this straight right hand and this hook. Prejean's chin is going to be straight up in the air. At this point in time, Frank is just measuring. There's a good body shot right there. It was a little bit further on in the clip, but again, he got hit with that solid right hand to the body, which will take it out of you.
And round number 4 underway. This is scheduled for 6. These are middleweights. Frank Tate in the red, Galvin Prejean of Lafayette, Louisiana, in the black with the red stripe.
As we're noticing now, Prejean is trying to be the aggressor. He is walking at Frank Tate at this point in time. Well, he was, I should say. Frank, again, has got a very stiff jab.
Each man last fought about a month ago. Frank Tate knocked out Ronnie Warrior right here in this very ring in the second round. And on March 14th in Fort Smith, Arkansas, Prejean scored a one-round knockout over the famed Rocky Pigeon.
Yes, he did. I tell you, Frank has got to keep those hands up. You know, he's winning the fight. He's getting a lot of confidence. But so many times when fighters get confidence, they get their hands down and start, you know, they want to drop the hand to look pretty. And I tell you, Randy, I like to see the fighter look pretty after the opponent's already down on the ground. That's when you look the prettiest.
A little backhand there on the part of Prejean. Now, I don't like that too many fighters knock guys out, prospects especially. They're fed a lot of bums and they start knocking out everybody early. I like the fact that Tate has got some rounds under his belt, but at this point, don't you think he should be getting the guy out of there?
Yes, I do. I tell you, Frank has fought some pretty decent boys. At this point in time, Frank needs to go ahead and take him out. The guy's hurt. Now he can be very safe, but yet at the same time throw a lot of punches. Instead of dropping the hands, go ahead and keep them up. Throw a lot of right hands, a lot of 1-2s.
Well, whenever he gets Prejean on the ropes, Tate looks to be very cautious. He's not opening up with both barrels. He's kind of coming in very cautious-like.
Well, and that's really good to a degree, because if he comes in not cautious, he's going to get caught. But at the same time, he can be cautious and throw a lot of punches. If you don't throw a lot of punches, what will happen is what is happening right now. Prejean will hold you. You'll tie your arms up. You throw your 1-2, he's going to tie you up. If you throw 4 or 5 punches, that means you've got 4 or 5 punches in before he's actually tied you up.
And a hard left hook wobbles the legs of Prejean, and now he is in big trouble. And Tate moving in for the finish now, driving some very hard body shots with the right uppercut. Prejean actually runs away from him, falls in his own corner, and I think referee Chris Jordan is going to stop this fight.
Yes, he is. And I think it well deserved to stop that fight.
Well, there looked to be about 20 seconds to go in the 4th round of a scheduled 6. And we had just been talking that Frank Tate, it was about time that he got his man out of there. I guess he heard you.
Well, I tell you, you kind of sense that when you're in that ring. Frank has got a beautiful right hand. He's throwing it over and under. He caught him with more of an uppercut type hook right there. The body shots were ripping, as you see, with the left, and here with the right. That right hand was devastating right there. You can bet on that.
Those body shots, I always like to say, they stay with you like a bad meal.
As they say, you kill the body, the head will die too.
Look at that shot. The camera tells it all as he fell in his own corner. Let's make this official now. Ring announcer Dick Eason.
Thank you. And ladies and gentlemen, we have the time, 2 minutes and 37 seconds. 2 minutes, 36 seconds of the fourth round. Your winner and still undefeated.
Dick Eason's trying his best,
Frank
but
Tate.
somebody forgot to throw the switch on his microphone. And it appears to have been 2:36.
How about a nice round of applause for the young man who gave a good account of himself? How about it? Ladies and gentlemen, the time was 2 minutes and 36 seconds of the fourth round. Your winner by technical knockout, the referee stopping the fight in the fourth round. Your winner is Frank Tate.
So it was Frank Tate upping his record to 6-0.
A nice round of applause for Galvin
dropping
Prejean.
to 14-6. Frank Tate with a fourth round technical knockout.
And we're getting ready for round number one. The big man in the middle of the ring, referee Joe O'Neill. And we're off to boxing round one from Atlantic City, New Jersey. Franklin Tate with that good left jab immediately gets it out in David Barrows' face. He's got a crisp, hard left jab. There you saw it doubled up.
The manager of Frank Tate, Bob Spagnola, has kept his man active. Turned a professional last December. Then he had one fight in January, another one in February, 2 in March, and another one in April. And what they've been trying to teach him to do is set everything up with that jab to try to turn the jab, which is good, into a world-class jab, and then drop that right-hand bomb on him. And he can punch with the right hand.
Let's not count David Barrows out of it yet. We're still here in round number one. That jab again by Tate. Barrows away. You can hear from his corner, from Tate's corner, stick, keep the jab in his face. That's exactly what he's doing. Barrows comes at him, leapfrogging across the ring. Nothing connects for Barrows. They're right above us now. Tate trying to untangle his arms.
These guys stack up very, very close in size. Frank Tate at 5'11", maybe 5'11 and a half. He's got a 29-inch Randy's reach advantage. That's that jabbing arm. David Barrow is only 5'10", but he has a longer reach. He has a 30-and-a-half-inch jab. He should be using it against Frank Tate, who's just getting in with his own jab.
He's got about an inch and a half longer jab, no longer reach.
Actually, it's the reach. The Randy's reach, I take it. I make them extend their jabbing arm, and I take it right from their chin down the jabbing arm to their knuckle, middle knuckle.
Overhand right by Tate, caught David Barrows. Now, as you said, Barrows should be using that longer reach to keep Tate away, but it's working in reverse. Tate is the man throwing the jab. Good going, son. Good. Tate with a right-hand lead there did not connect very solidly. We're down under 30 seconds in round number one of a scheduled 6-round middleweight contest.
And round number one has been a battle of jabs.
Won at this point, I would think, by Frank Tate.
Yes, but not by much.
Popping the belly.
And we are in the final round of this middleweight contest. A reminder, Frank Tate in the red trunks out of Houston. David Barrow, the gold trunks, now training and living in Philadelphia. Good popping left. Tate still's got power and sting on that left jab, Randy.
He certainly does, but right now you're seeing him box lift and move a little bit. I think in the corner, trainer Jesse Reed told him, don't get careless here. You're way ahead. Don't hang your chin out. Don't get hit with a Hail Mary sucker shot.
I don't think you can have it because looking at the last 2 rounds, I don't think Barrow has any strength left. I mean, knockout strength.
Well, that shows you right there. He took a nice clean shot at the body, and there's really nothing on it. It was like the way you punched that waitress today. Just nothing on it at all.
It was better than giving her a tip. Tate, I think, would like to take him out. Now, Barrow came back with a good right, but there was nothing on it.
Absolutely nothing at all. It's just an arm punch.
Good left-right by Tate. I'm surprised Barrow's still standing, though he's holding on.
Frank Tate looks very, very annoyed, but I'm sure at the end of the fight he's going to be happy that he's gone the distance, because in there he's learning something right now. You can't knock everybody out in a round or 2 and hope to become a solid, experienced professional. You got to run into the Barrows of this world.
Good right. Good right. Well, if Barrow was going to go down, there was the perfect punch.
Frank had to twist into it a little bit more. It's a little bit too much of an arm punch, but still, at this point, I think that a shot like that will send Barrow down. This is a tough kid. He told me before the fight I'm in great shape, and you're seeing it.
That was the best punch he's thrown the whole fight. Overhand right. That caught Tate.
That happens to be a super punch, I think, against Frank Tate, who extends that jab, sometimes has a bad habit of leaving it out there. An overhand right is a good shot against him.
Tate is getting very annoyed by the grabbing of David Barrow.
Look how Tate is loading up on that right hand.
There he goes. And a right-left combination puts Barrow down.
Well, it wasn't the right hand, I believe. It was the left hook, then a right hand.
Big, big.
Now the crowd, let's see how they react. Are they going to root for Barrow to go the distance?
Now he's trying to hold on to go the distance. It's down. You see the time in the corner of your screen. David Barrow, I think, is going to go the distance.
Well, there's still 10 seconds to go. You can be saved by the bell here in New Jersey, only in the last round, and this is the last round. So there will be no knockout.
There it is. It's history. David Barrow has gone the distance against Frank Tate. I don't think there's a question in the world. Frank Tate has won this bout.
One more time for these 2 young men. For his 7th straight win in as many pro bouts.